Okay, what if I told you that one of the most powerful things you can do to defend your body against cancer could take less than 5 minutes a day? And no, it doesn't involve a gym. Let's get into it.
We've all heard it, right? To get healthy, to lower your risk of diseases like cancer, you gotta put in the hours at the gym. You gotta go for that long run. But what if that whole idea is, well, not the full story? What if the science is pointing to something way easier? Something you might literally be doing every single day without even thinking about it.
So what's the magic number? It's this: 4.5 minutes. That's it. A really groundbreaking study out of the University of Sydney used wearable tech to track thousands of people, and they landed on this tiny amount of time. So what could 4.5 minutes possibly do? It could do this. Just 4.5 minutes of short, vigorous bursts of activity spread throughout your day was linked to a drop of up to 32% in the risk for certain cancers. I mean, that's huge. And the key here is we are not talking about a spin class or a planned workout. We're talking about something totally different. And this new approach, this accidental exercise, actually has a name. It's called VILPA. It stands for Vigorous Intermittent Lifestyle Physical Activity. It sounds technical, but trust me, the idea is super simple. So what exactly is VILPA? Basically, forget the workout clothes. This is all about those really brief moments in your day. We're talking maybe just a minute here and there, where you push yourself hard enough to get a little out of breath. It's that spontaneous huff and puff activity that just happens. And here's what it looks like in the real world. It's lugging those heavy grocery bags in from the car. It's that mad dash to catch the bus when you're running late. It's chasing your kids or your dog around the backyard. It's even just taking the stairs 2 at a time because you're in a hurry, or really putting some elbow grease into scrubbing the floors. That is VILPA in action.
The lead author of the study, Professor Samatatakis, he put it perfectly. He said it's kind of like taking the whole idea of high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, and just applying it to your normal day. And we all know HIIT workouts are super effective because of those short, intense bursts. VILPA is just that, but it's baked right into your life.
And look, this isn't just a fun theory. This is backed by some serious science. Researchers tracked over 22,000 people who actually called themselves non-exercisers. They used those little activity trackers, like in a smartwatch, to measure every little burst of movement. And they followed these folks for nearly 7 years. It's a really solid study.
Now, this whole VILPA idea is fresh and, honestly, pretty exciting. But what's really cool is that it fits perfectly into this huge body of evidence that scientists have been building for decades. We've known for a long time that being active is a major weapon against cancer.
Just take a look at this. The general consensus is already there. For major cancers like colon, breast, and endometrial cancer, the evidence is rated convincing or strong that regular physical activity lowers your risk by up to 20% or even more. So, VILPA isn't rewriting the rulebook. It's just giving us a new, incredibly accessible way to play the game.
And this isn't some fringe idea either. We're talking about the World Cancer Research Fund, the American College of Sports Medicine. All the big players agree. The connection between moving your body and lowering your cancer risk is rock solid.
Okay, so that leads us to the million-dollar question, how? How in the world does carrying groceries a little faster actually protect your body on a cellular level? Let's take a quick look under the hood.
Seriously, it almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But the science is fascinating. The second you pick up the pace, you kick off this whole cascade of protective effects inside your body.
In a nutshell, being active just makes your body a really unfriendly place for cancer to grow. For one, it cuts down on chronic inflammation, which is like a fuel source for cancer. It helps balance key hormones like estrogen and insulin that are tied to certain cancers. And, maybe coolest of all, it fires up your immune system, boosting the very cells that hunt down and destroy rogue cells before they can become a problem.
So, let's wrap this all up. What does this actually mean for you, today? The big takeaway from all this is simple, but it is so powerful.
Let's be clear, VILPA is an incredible starting point. It's a game changer for people who don't do formal exercise. But we also have the official WHO guidelines, which are kind of the gold standard, right? They recommend 150 to 300 minutes of moderate activity a week for the biggest health benefits. So think of it this way. VILPA proves that even a little bit makes a real difference. But the more you can do, the better off you'll be. And that's really the idea I want to leave you with. This research completely reframes our daily lives. That sprint to answer the door, hauling the laundry basket upstairs, the vigorous vacuuming, those aren't just chores anymore. They are opportunities. Every single one is a mini workout, a little deposit in your health bank. It turns out,
Every single move really, truly counts.